Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakakadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all of the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and Shalom to the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. I'm the brother Caleb from the GMS England London Forecasters Camp, coming back at you with another lesson to help edify the elect. We are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites are called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly, but you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations because we as a people have been scattered among all nations. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like, because Numbers 1 and the 18th verse tells you that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I want to do a lesson basically talking about how the Bible influences a lot of things in popular culture. A lot of stories, a lot of movies, plots for movies, character archetypes. A lot of these things can be traced back to the Bible because a lot of the best script writers all take their influences from the Holy Scriptures. They may not come out and say it overtly, but anyone who has, a good fundamental understanding of the Holy Scriptures will be able to see where things have been, influences have been taken from the Scriptures. Now, a case in point here is I've got this screenshot on the screen right now. This is from the video game Marvel Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5. It just came out recently, a few days ago, and that's something I'm pretty much into because growing up, I used to like to read a lot of comics and watch a lot of cartoons. So, the Marvel characters, DC characters, things that I'm very familiar with. I don't really watch many of the modern movies, but the old school stuff I really like. And, usually primarily, the comics I like. But Spider-Man has always been one of my favorite superheroes. Pretty much Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman are my guys, but of all of them, Spider-Man's the one that's always resonated with me the most ever since I was a child. But the point of the matter is that this game came out recently, and I was just playing it recently, and you've got this character on the screen here, which is a famous character from the original Spider-Man comics by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. This character is called Kraven the Hunter, and he features prominently in this game. And just got to say, this game's pretty badass, man. Just like the first one, for brothers who are into this type of thing, I recommend it highly. But basically my point is that this character on the screen here, he's called Kraven the Hunter, and basically his whole thing is a villain, super villain, and his whole thing is that he basically seeks out the greatest trophies to hunt. Like, he wants to fight the biggest and baddest and defeat them because he's basically a hunter by nature and a warrior. And who does that sound like in the scriptures? Who in the scriptures was a villain and his whole thing was that he liked to hunt? The first person that comes to mind should be Esau, because the scriptures give you a lot of the defining characteristics of Esau himself, and a lot of those characteristics were passed down onto his descendants. Likewise, Jacob had certain characteristics, and Jacob's characteristics were passed down onto his descendants. And the two primary figures that are basically at the root of the controversy in the scriptures is Jacob and Esau. So my point is that this character, Kraven the Hunter, he's basically, you could tell a lot of his influence is taken from Esau himself, because he's a very proud man, and his whole thing is that he loves to kill, he loves to hunt, and that can be seen in the nature of Edomites unto this very day. They love to shed blood, they love to hunt big game. When do you ever see Jake going on big game hunts? You get these Edomite doctors, these fucking pencil neck geeks, right? Who ain't got no fucking they've got no real strength in their body, Yeah, there'll be these doctors who sit around at a desk pushing a pencil all day, or you know, some fucking accountant or some dentist or some shit. And you know what they do in their free time? When they got their holiday time, they'll book a plane ticket to go to South Africa and shoot some fucking rhinos or shoot some lions or go and shoot some fucking elephants, and then they'll come back and they'll have these photographs of them standing over the dead corpse of the animal, or they'll, you know, take a head as a trophy or a tusk as a trophy, and they'll put it up on the wall in their home, or they have a deer's head in their home mounted on the wall, or they have a bear's skin rug laying on in their living room or some shit. That's the nature of Edomites. And it's funny because that's the nature of this character in this game. I mean, you can even tell by the way he's dressed. You know, he's got that lion's mane collar and shit, and you know, all his trophies around his neck of, you know, animals he's killed. And he's also a hairy man, you can see on his chest. And Esau was a hairy man. If you remember, when Jacob went in to get the blessing from his father Isaac, who had become blind by that time. Let me get the account. Rather than roughly paraphrase it, let me get the account. I'm going to go to Genesis 25. Old Testament 25. Going to about 25:18. Yeah, let's read from 8. So it goes into Isaac's sons. That's the subheading there. Let's read this whole account. And again, I'm not going to spoil the game. I highly recommend it for anybody who is into, you know, superheroes or good action games or whatever. Great story, man. Really excellent game. Couldn't be happier with it. But here we go. Genesis 25 starting at 19. And it says, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac was entreated of Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren. And Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, Yahweh, meaning that she went to consult a prophet, which back in those days would have been called a seer. Because before the prophets were called prophets, they were called seers in the old time. Why were they called seers? Because they would get visions from the Most High and they'd be able to break them down, you know. So it says, verse 23, and Yahweh said unto her, through the mouth of the prophet, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. They called his name Esau. And after that came out his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, meaning he was 60, because the score is 20. Bear with me a second, let me turn notifications off, I forgot to. Here we go. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So, as you can see, this character here, Kraven the Hunter, I'm running out of space, Salakia. This character, Kraven the Hunter, his skin is translucent, his blood shows fall through his skin, just like Esau. And afterwards came out his brother, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So as you can see, this character here, Kraven the Hunter, I'm going to have to stop this video and restart it because I'm running out of storage space. Bear with me and I'll get back to this in a moment.